Hi all! Crazy thing, only 20% of the people who watch us are subscribed. So we're asking everybody, if you're not a subscriber, please become one. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us out tremendously. Also, like, comment, and watch the whole video. Thank you. Hi all! Today I'm showing you how to make Southern Living's chicken and spaghetti casserole. It's family friendly and super easy to make, economical. Ingredients you'll need. I've listed everything here you'll need. I just changed a few things for my taste, but this is how you make it. You'll need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Now, I start off by taking 4 cups of water and adding a bay leaf and 1/8 a cup of water. I'm stirred around to try to break up the salt and, dissolve it. Then I'm going to add the chicken to the pot. You can either use a whole chicken or 4 whole leg quarters. You're going to cover it and simmer for 1 hour. And when they're done, you'll bring them out, put them in a bowl, and place it to the side and let cool. Because you can't bring off the chicken off the bone unless it's cooled. So now I've used the reserve liquid that I cooked the chicken in, and I brought it back up to boil. And I've taken spaghetti, I've broken it in half. And now I'm just going to fully cook it till it's done, and then I've drained it and set it aside. Next, I finely dice half of a green bell pepper. And then I finely dice 2 stalks of celery. Now, it goes without saying, I washed both of these thoroughly before I started chopping them up. Now, I'm going to finely chop 2 medium onions. We all know I have horrible chopping skills. I prefer to use the food processor whenever possible. So that's what I did here. And then next, I'm going to finely chop 2 peeled garlic cloves. I'm going to put them in the food processor and whiz it around. And then that's done. And next I'm going to grate 8 ounces of medium cheddar. You can use sharp or even mild if you like it. And I'm using 8 ounces because I like a lot of cheese. You don't have to use that much. And then next I'm going to remove the meat from the cool chicken.
You don't bark at little old ladies and men.
Now you could even use a rotisserie chicken if you wanted to, by the way. Make your life easier. This is a very simple, quick meal to make on a weeknight when time is a crunching. Next, I chop the chicken into smallish pieces, and I'll set it to the side until I'm ready to use. And then after that, I add a drained 28-ounce can of diced tomato to the food processor, and I'm going to whiz it around. I'm going to chop it even more.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. And then now, over a medium-high flame, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of butter to a stock pot. And then I'm going to add the onion and the garlic. And then next, I'm going to add the bell pepper and celery. I'm going to mix everything really well together. I'm going to cook it down. We're looking for translucent. And then I'm going to add the cooked spaghetti. And then again, we're going to mix thoroughly. It's always mixing thoroughly with me, but it's important. And then next, we're going to add the canned mushroom soup. And then mix thoroughly. Now we're going to add the chicken in. It gives you about 4 cups, I guess, maybe 5. And then we're adding the chopped tomatoes. And again, after I've done that, we're going to mix everything thoroughly. And now we're adding 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. This adds more layers of umami. And then 4 dashes of hot sauce. You can omit that if you don't want to use that. And then we're going to mix thoroughly. And this is done now. So next we're going to spray some cooking spray in the baking dish so nothing sticks. And just put it on in there. The reason why I like this dish is because it comes together so fast and a lot of the ingredients are in your pantry or in your refrigerator. And then next I sprinkle the cheese evenly over the casserole. Now, the original recipe only called for 4 ounces of cheese, but I like cheese, so I did an entire 8 ounces. And that gives me, I think, about 2-3 cups. And then I place the casserole in the preheated 350-degree oven, and I'm going to bake it for 30 minutes in the preheated oven. And when it becomes all golden and bubbly, I'll top a little burnish, then you bring it out. And then I just garnish always with a little bit of chopped parsley because you eat their eyes. This is what it looks like. It's absolutely delicious, comes together so fast, and it's economical and a family favorite. To help our channel grow, we're asking everybody to please like, subscribe, and comment. Only 20% of the people who watch our channel are actually subscribed currently. So we're trying to grow. And if you're enjoying our content, we really hope that you are, please consider becoming a subscriber. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help us out tremendously. We also ask if you can please watch the video from beginning to end. The reason being is the YouTube algorithm. All these things are necessary for us to grow, or for us to get referred to other people, or we stay hidden. And so it's liking, subscribing, commenting, watching the whole video. Thank you all for your help. Currently, we post new videos 3 times a week, on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and on Sundays, there's an extra video at 10 a.m. And if you're not already a subscriber, please consider becoming one. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help us out tremendously. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss one of our videos. All right, we'll see y'all soon. We wanted to profoundly thank everyone for watching. We're very grateful to all of our new and old subscribers for watching us and helping us grow. We wanted to talk about something a little bit more serious. There have been a lot of natural disasters, everything from the wildfires in Southern California to Hurricanes Helene and Milton, that have destroyed and decimated communities all over the country. And they have a very long road to recovery. And so we're encouraging everybody to help those in need by donating to the American Red Cross, the Salvation Army, World Central Kitchen, All Hands and Hearts, AmeriCares, Operation Blessing, and Save the Children. We're not affiliated with any of these organizations, but we know they're doing good work on the ground. Now, I'm not a political person, but I see something and it's really been bugging me and I keep bringing it up. And that is the Trump administration, president wants to do away with FEMA at the end of hurricane season. But one of the things that we were alerted to when I was reading the news is that there's something called a microwave satellite that gives newscasters or weathermen all over the country the most accurate information, especially during hurricane season and storms, what's actually happening minute to minute, second to second. Now they're no longer sharing that information anymore, the U.S. government, with the weathermen. And that happened June 30th. Now there's a direct correlation between that happening and what happened in Texas. We can't control the weather. I know that's a conspiracy theory that's out there. That sounds like alien stuff, like space alien stuff. We don't have that kind of technology, unfortunately. If we could, we would make it sunshine and rain when we need it. We just don't have that kind of technology. So what we're asking everybody to contact their senators, their congressmen, the president, that we need to keep FEMA, but we need to get that satellite back in commission for our weathermen and our newscasters, because we need to know what's going on with our weather to alert people of tornadoes, when severe storms happen. What happened in Texas is just a tragedy, and it should never have happened in the first place. So I'm going to get down off my little political box here because I'm not a political person and I hate doing this, but I feel so strongly about it. And I keep harping about FEMA. It's so important. We live in the South and we see our neighbors suffering and being denied FEMA during a natural disaster. You hear all these stories. It's just not right. All right, I'm getting off my political box because I'm not a political person. I hate doing this. I really do. You just don't. If you knew me, you'd know I don't like this. All right, as always, stay safe and be blessed.